All right, everybody. Hey, we are back from our short little break there. We are in the coming down to the stretch, the end of day 3. It is flying by. I wanted to make sure and bring somebody on here who has definitely helped impact my business for the good, along with helping a lot of other note investors. That's my good buddy, Darin Adams here. Darin is I want to say, a productivity expert besides just a great speaker. He has got a great presentation to share with you guys. As he says, if the Jetsons were note investors, I won't take any thunder from you, my friend, but we're glad to have you back. Second time at Note Camp here. Did a great job 6 months ago with Note Camp 4.0, so we had to bring you back because what you share is so important for people out there that are wanting to be entrepreneurs, right? And so I will shut up and say thank you for being here, and I'll just be in lurking on the side here, okay?
Okay, because in a second I want to make sure that you share that. Don't share that statistic yet. The one that we were just talking about.
Okay.
In a couple minutes. That's like the big bomb dropping thing. I'm still wrapping my head around that. I don't know if anybody. By the way, you remember the Jetsons TV show, right?
Oh yeah. Okay. I remember watching it. George Jetson.
Yeah, Jane, his wife. Whatever. Daughter Judy and son Elroy. It was actually only on for like a season or two. It was like one of the most short-lived TV shows that we still talk about. But that aside from that, one of the things I loved about the Jetsons in the Jetsons world, everything was automated. It was beautiful. It was seamless. They didn't have to worry about anything. It was some thing in the future, whatever, 100 years. And like you might remember, like Jane, his wife Jane, when she made dinner, it was all automated. She would just try to figure out what, and she'd push buttons and feed in her little IBM cards or whatever, and the computer would spit out. She didn't have to make any of the food. When George was walking around spilling crumbs, Rosie the maid, remember, of course, Rosie the maid, she'd walk around and just sweep up and keep up after him. So no one had to worry about that. No one was getting out of vacuum cleaning up behind somebody. That was all automated behind the maid. And even when George wanted to go for a walk, it was automated. Literally, there were those moving sidewalks where they would just get on and chug along. So that's the beauty of life with the Jetsons, where everything was automated. They didn't have to do a lot of work themselves. And that's what I want to tell everybody during the course of the next hour or so, help you visualize what note investing can be like to be successful, and then to automate so that you don't have to worry about doing. A lot of the things that people are not doing right now are things that you have to do manually, and they fall by the wayside, and you don't do them, and you have good intentions to do them, and you want to follow up with someone, you want to email someone, you want to reach out to somebody, and you're trying to get this stuff organized, and we don't do it because we have too much stuff to do. So I want to give some ideas on how we can automate some of these things so you can actually literally grow that business, turn over a lot of those tasks that are overwhelming you right now to some kind of automation procedure. So we're going to break this down into 3 different things. So first of all is attract. This is the idea of getting people to your database, then selling. This is the actual act, converting, making a transaction happen. And then the wow is taking care of things after the fact, anything that happens after the sale. So the first one of these is the idea of attract. Let me tell you, first of all, that there was a time when I didn't know any of this stuff. I had been in TV for 30 years, and I finally decided I was going to go on my own. I was going to be a speaker, coach, trainer, author. So I got a website ready to go. I created a video telling people how I could help them and improve them in their lives and why they should hire me. And then I got a book out on Amazon. So I had everything in place. Those were all the components that I figured you needed. You needed a book, you needed a website, you needed a video. I had everything. If you build it, they will come. And I built it, and you'll never guess what happened. Nobody, I don't want to say nobody, but people didn't come in the way that I thought they do. I thought that people would just start naturally following and doing this. It doesn't. Wow. I have never had someone do the sound effect on that. So not sure what to think, but feel like I'm on
I didn't have crickets. I didn't have crickets. You were looking for crickets there.
It's like a morning radio show we're doing here. So the idea is, you could be phenomenal at what you do. You could know the ins and outs of every property. You could know the right people to be in touch with. You could know all that stuff. But if you don't have the system in place, if you're not marketing to people, then nobody's going to know about it. No one's going to want to join up and partner with you and do anything. So we'll talk about how to work these things together. We're going to talk about tools and process together. Much of the stuff that you have learned in C.A.M.P 5.0 or 4.0 or 3.0, whatever, just talking to Scott, much of that is the process that Scott's going to tell you, hey, this is how you do this, and this is how you do this, and here's how you reach out, and here's how you, all that stuff. What I want to talk to you about is how the tools fit together with the process. Someone can teach you how to build a house, but if you don't have a hammer and saw, you're never going to be able to build the house. And you can have the most phenomenal hammer and saw, but if no one's ever taught you, you're not going to be able to do that. So we're going to talk about how these tools fit together with the process, how to use them to be able to be successful. So the first thing we're going to talk about in this, the attract, sell, wow, is the attract. That's getting people to the database. All businesses are successful with a database because all businesses are successful with relationships. It all comes down to relationship. You know this, and people have preached this for decades or longer, but we still forget about it. We think it's the semantics and it's the details and it's this and that, it's all the logistics, whatever. No, it is relationships. When you want to do business with someone, you do that with someone that you have a relationship with. And the instant, if you call someone and say, hey, I have a property in Texas, let's look into this. That doesn't mean someone's going to jump on board and do something with you. You call some asset manager and you say, hey, what you got? If they don't know you, if they don't have a relationship with you, they are not wanting to do anything with you. So it all comes down to nurturing those relationships. And it does not happen the first time you meet someone. So this is the idea of nurturing those relationships and nurturing it through automation. So you draw people to your database, and you're going to nurture people along with that. And you'll eventually send out some emails. So Scott, you were saying earlier, you did a little poll and asked people some questions, including emails that they sent out, right? What were the results there that you discovered?
Yeah, it's not. I wasn't very happy. Over half the people that have answered the survey have never sent an email out to their database.
Wow.
At all. And then only 25% send an email out about once a week. And then we also asked if they've ever sent out or contacted asset managers, and the number, they sent an email out to asset managers or they made more than 50 phone calls, and that number is roughly the same thing. 50% of people have never done that.
I don't want to be rude, but how do people expect to be successful and do stuff if they're not doing that, right? Isn't that sort of a concern?
Yeah, it totally is a concern. And one of the biggest things we look back at too, people are scared of marketing. They're scared to market because they don't know what to say. I'm like, just say anything. Saying anything is going to help you attract people versus just sitting there being mute. Yeah.
The version, what is it? Version 1.0 is better than 0. Yeah, whatever.
Deliberate is better than perfect.
Yeah, right. That's the whole thing. You got to start with something. And once you start with something, you'll be able to be better. So this is the idea of because some people probably have never sent an email to a database because they don't have a database. They have no idea who to reach out to or whatever. So this is going to be sort of the first principle. We're going to talk about that. Okay, let me tell you some different ideas of how to get people to that database. This is a friend of mine, Zenobia. She lives in Houston. She's a speaker, coach, trainer, author, not necessarily in the note investing world, but what I'm going to tell you about her, you're going to understand. So Zenobia she uses a lead magnet. A lead magnet is something that you offer to someone for free in exchange for their email address. That's one of the ways you're going to build the database. The more people you have on your database, the more success you're going to have. So a lead magnet is something that you offer for free. Zenobia actually has more than 20 different lead magnets. So now she's able to know exactly things about people. If someone, maybe she has an ebook about business systems. If someone opts in for that, clearly they're interested in business systems. If somebody opts in for list building, clearly they're interested in list building. So the same kind of thing. You have different lead magnets. If somebody opts in for properties in Texas, that's what they're interested in. If someone opts in for, property in California, whatever that might be. If someone's going to partner with you, if someone's an asset manager, whatever, all these things are going to allow you to build the database, and you can offer lots of different free lead magnets. I think the last time we did C.A.M.P, Infusionsoft did not have landing pages inside of what we do. I'll talk about landing pages in a second, but you drive people to that. And that's one of the ways you can capture people in. Zenobia, for example, can pull up on her dashboard any given day and know how much money she's making. She can check and see how the different results are doing, which lead magnets are performing better, where should she spend more time and attention and investment, maybe taking an ad out or something. So she's able to track all this. If you don't know your numbers, then you really don't know your business. The numbers are really indicative of what everything is going on. She has 6 funnels. A funnel is a communication, a series of emails or communication that you get someone in to move them along. And she has 6 of them that have an 80% open rate. That is phenomenal and unheard of, and it is because she has people tagged. So somebody comes in that property in Texas or the property in California, now she's able to send the information, the follow-up communication that goes out to them. And so they're opening that. If you're sending me about properties in Ohio and I'm not interested in that, I'm not opening your emails. But if you're sending me stuff that I care about and that's relevant and pertinent to me, then I'm opening the emails. Then I want to engage with you. Now you're nurturing me along and you're moving me along as that we build that relationship and do more. I mentioned about the landing pages. A landing page, you can put a video. Like, hey, I'm going to show you a video of this phenomenal property I just discovered. Or you can drive people to an event. Maybe you're going to do like a workshop and a live workshop with people there, or a digital workshop. You could create a landing page that can do something like that. I'm just head back for a sec. These landing pages are sexy out of the box. They are ready to go. Most people can create a landing page inside of Infusionsoft in under a half an hour. Even if you do not have a website, don't worry about that. You don't have to have a website. You need to have some kind of web presence so people can find where you are and what you're doing. So you go into Infusionsoft, you create a landing page, and now you direct people to the landing page. And that's a web presence. It's like a little one-page website that you're not having to have some webmaster design and you're not having to have somebody create or something. You're doing it yourself. Boom, slap a picture of a property on there. Give some information about it. Take the link of that, and now you put it wherever you send that link out in an email. Put that link on social media. You're interested in this property in Arizona or whatever, click on here and you can, now people are going and it's like a website for you instantaneously like that. And boom, you've got stuff up and running. Those are ideas of what landing pages can do. Scott, do you, I don't know if you've ever even used the landing pages. It's a relatively new thing inside of Infusionsoft. Have you ever built landing pages or driven people to those at all?
Yeah, we do them for a variety of different things in different groups. It helps out dramatically. It's like I like to call it my event one pager. It helps out to help see things there. So yeah, I love it that they started doing this. Helps out tremendously with a lot of things. Yeah,
up until this, you'd have to go to some other outside resource and pay whatever, like $80 a month or something to.
Yeah, I'm in the process of moving my landing pages over from lead pages into Infusionsoft because we were using them. I wish I was paying $80 a month.
And we integrate with lead pages and lots of other. So if you want to stay there, people are welcome to do that. But now it's a way to save a little money. Okay, let me move on to the next thing. I went to a movie theater the other day trying to figure out which movie to watch, and the person was saying, hey, you should watch Guardians of the Galaxy. I've seen Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't need to see the character. Oh yeah, it's got this crazy little raccoon guy that's shooting up with his mission. I've seen Guardians of the Galaxy. It's got this big tree guy, and I've seen Guardians of the Galaxy. And they're like playing music like ooga chaka ooga. I've seen Guardians of the Galaxy. The more that guy tries to talk me into seeing Guardians of the Galaxy, the more I'm getting annoyed by it. Now, if you are talking to someone about something, just know that you don't want to keep hammering them about something you've already talked to them about. If they've already done something, then inside of your Infusionsoft database, you can tag them. Hey, I've talked to them about maybe properties in Arizona, and they're not interested. So I can tag them. Don't send them information there. I can tag them with, hey, they do want information about properties in California. I'm going to tag them as that. Here's my asset manager. I'm going to tag them with this information. These investors over here, tag them with this information. These people who are just wanting to learn more about it, tag them with it. So now all of these different people are tagged, and you're not bugging the same people. One of the people, Shayna, she's like an accountant. Just to give you an idea of sort of how she uses it, she has lots of different services that she provides. And for example, she can do appreciation marketing or bookkeeping or accounting. Most people come in wanting to know about, for example, like payroll. And then she wants to use that. She tags them. They know about payroll. For example, these are all different campaigns that she could have. If they've been marketed to about payroll, then that puts a tag on them. Don't market to them about payroll anymore. Don't tell them about properties in Arizona. Don't tell them about whatever it might be. I've marketed to them about that, and we don't want to talk to them anymore about that. So now you say, they've done this. Maybe we've partnered together. We've done some investment. We've done some amazing stuff with these properties in Arizona. Now let's use that to show other things that we can do. Let's get them in. So you get them in with one way, tag them that you've done that, and then move them forward so you can market other things to them. This is sort of a snippet of what a campaign would look like in Infusionsoft. You just connect these little dots with timers and emails that are going out at certain times. This shows you sort of some different ideas. Somebody comes in and have they received bookkeeping information? Let's tag them. Have they received profit first coaching? Let's tag them. Payroll, let's tag them. So as you tag people, you're not bugging them about things you've already marketed them to them about. And now you can move them smartly, conscientiously, strategically to different things that you can do and offer to them. So that this is one of the things you can just build out inside of Infusionsoft. One more quick little idea is a webinar. I think webinars are a phenomenal thing to do. Webinars are amazing to do, but they are only amazing if you have a back end connected to them. So the idea is a webinar is where you get people in. People are coming in and maybe you're teaching them about note investing. Maybe you're showing them some properties. Maybe you're talking about different partners, whatever that you might be doing as part of this webinar, and you're getting them, hopefully getting them into your database. Now the problem is people don't do that. This is an organization called African Leadership University, and they were trying to establish a school in Africa. Their goal is to educate 20,000 young African leaders in the next 20 years with their school, with the next 50 years. And so they've got an MBA program. They're trying to get 50 students enrolled in the MBA program. And they came to us and they said, can you help us with this? We're not getting anybody enrolled. We're having a hard time. And so we said, okay, let's do some webinars. So we started doing webinars. Now, not just a webinar, but the idea of a webinar with then, hey, let's get people in, watch the webinar, and then let's take them to the next step. What's the next step they're going to need, and how can we nurture them forward to get them to that next step? So, and then keep them going the whole way. From that, this is our guy, Jay Mack, who was helping them with marketing. He helped them get 35,000 leads from people who watch those webinars. That is fantastic. But then you got to get them to the next step. So with 35,000, it wasn't just like, hey, hope you enjoyed the webinar. Let me know if I can help you. Boom, and then you walk away. No, once you've got them in, you've got to keep holding their hand and walk them to the next step and give them the information and the resources that they need so that they feel comfortable moving forward with you. From those 35,000 lead, they helped get them 7,000 people who applied for undergraduate applications. And from that, they got 150 students. They were only going for 50. They got 150. They had to open a new campus, do amazing things, increase their revenue by 1,300% just in 1 year, not just because they did webinars, but because they did webinars with a plan, with a strategy, with a campaign attached to it. So once they get them in, they keep holding their hand and they keep moving forward. Scott, you've done like obviously a bajillion webinars. The back, I think people often think that the webinar is the main thing, but forget about the back end, don't you find?
Let me unmute myself. Yes. Sorry about that. I had muted because I didn't want to hear. I agree totally with that, because we found that our weekly webinars that we do, our Note Night in America, was the best thing that we did for marketing wise. And we would always attract around another 15 to 20% of those that attended were brand new to our database. And that led to increased capital raise, increased classes, but we would raise roughly about $100,000 to $250,000 in private money, if not more, every Monday night.
Boom. I mean, that's what it is. And it's not just doing it and saying, here it is, but it's the strategy. That's what people don't understand. You've got to have a plan. You got to have a strategy and not just throw things out there and hope something sticks. That's not the strategy. Okay, let me move on. This is another way that I used to think I would build my list, was by collecting business cards. And maybe you do the same thing and you meet someone, they say, hey, I'd love to do business with you. Let's talk, stay in touch. Because obviously what you're doing amazing things, and I want to be in touch about something that we can do. So I would take this stack of business cards home after an event, and it would be this big jumbled mess. And my wife would get mad at me and say, get rid of those. And I don't want to say nag me, but she would remind me that I needed to do something with the business cards, until eventually I would just put them in a shoebox and stick them under the bed and forget about them. And I collected all these business cards. I mean, honestly, think of how much money any one individual person could be worth to you. And And those business cards, every one of those business cards could be one of those people. So instead of you just getting overwhelmed by business cards, this is what you do with Infusionsoft. You pull out your phone, you take your business card. I don't have a business card. We'll pretend like this is a business card. You take a picture of the business card. Someone says, hey, I want to do business with you. Here's my business card. Hey, stay in touch. Here's my business card. Hey, give me an email. Shoot me a call, something like that. You take the picture of the business card. You're done. You can throw that away. You can give it back. You don't ever need to see that business card again, because the photo goes to a real person who lives in Arizona, who knows how to read a business card. They enter in all the information, type it in for you, send it back to you. You can put a tag on that person then. I mean, whatever is important and interesting. They watch my webinar. They want to invest with me. They want to partner on this property here. They've got properties they want to talk to me about, whatever it might be. And you put tags on them, and then instantly the email goes out. So you got the business card hoping to make a connection, but I know up until this point, you never made the connection and nothing ever happened with the business cards. So take the picture, boom, it's hands off. That is as involved as it is. And you have an email ready to go saying, hey, this is Bob, glad to meet you, let's talk. Whatever your email might be. Here's my calendar link. Schedule some time where we can get together, or sign up for my newsletter here, or make sure you join me on the web. Whatever the messages you want to send, you do. And it sounds personal and it's communication. And up until this point, you're not doing the follow-up. But by simply taking a picture and then applying a tag, those emails are ready to go out, and you build the communication, and that happens instantly. One more quick little idea I'm gonna share it with people. If you ever are speaking in front of a live group, if you're ever doing like a live webinar, something like this, actually you don't have to be doing it in front of, it could even be one-to-one. This is one of the great things about Infusionsoft. You can pull out your phone and you can, let me just, I'm going to walk you through. You can pull out your phone for the next thing. I'm going to show you that too. This is what I was just talking about. These were the emails that could go out instantly. So you meet someone, we'll pretend like this is a live event. You met somebody, got their business card. You take the picture, put the tag on. This email can go out instantly. Good to meet you in person at C.A.M.P. Have a great Saturday from Brad. Boom. That is done. Check out my website, visit my webinar, whatever it might be. And maybe Dave doesn't even do what you wanted to because he got the email while he was driving or whatever. So you have a follow-up email, because that's the whole point of Infusionsoft. We don't want to let any leads fall through the cracks. We want to take care of, you went to great efforts to get that person. Now you got to hold on to them and make sure you're taking care of them. So follow-up email goes out. Great to meet you last week. Can't get over Darin from Infusionsoft, blah, blah. Check out my website. Have a great Thursday. That's what happens. This communication, this instant connection that you build with someone happens from you pulling out your phone, taking a picture, boom, putting on the tag, and instantly that happens. Okay, this is the other day I'm going to talk about, which also involves phone. So maybe you have a free product, a free asset that you want to share with people. My top properties in Detroit, and I'm going to show that to you if you want that. And here's the most slam dunk, investments in Houston or whatever. Send me an email. Excuse me, not send me an email, because people don't always email, but people always have their phone and can always text you. So you say, just send me a text. This is the best thing at all. You promise them this. So for example, this is the asset I'm going to promise you right now. This is the Small Business Guide to Growing an Email List. It is an ebook. It has lots of value in it. You are going to love the book. You're going to love the way I'm going to get this to you even more. And not only am I going to send you the book, I'm going to send you a photo. And the photo, when you get it, if everything works well, is going to be amazing. So everybody listening right now, pull out your phone and send me a text, 480-428-4150, 480-428-4150, and text the word note. Now, if you're doing this right now, you're going to get this. This is all done through automation. You're going to get a series of texts. As you get this, just picture you doing this. Picture you having this capability of being able to have text go out to the person at the right time. If you're doing this right now, if you text this in, you may have already gotten the first text from me, but I'm not sending you text because I'm sitting here talking to you right now. This is what automation can do. This is what the Jetsons would do. So they're not manually sitting there having to text back to Bob or whatever and type away. Instead, it is all done through automation. So you'll get 3 texts, maybe a 4th text to wrap things up. You'll eventually get that photo, the ebook that I promised you, and you'll get the photo coming to your inbox. That's going to be the coolest of all. Now herein lies a little bit of the problem. This is good for today while we're talking about this. Part of what automation is all about is I can get in and automate this. And this tags. So if you come in now, if you type this in, I'll get your name in my database and I'll be able to tag you that I met you at C.A.M.P. So that is on there. Now I'm speaking to another group tomorrow. And so I'm going to change this word. And so people who come in tomorrow will actually have to type in the word launch. So people who type in launch, then I'll say, oh, those people came in through this other event where launch is the keyword. So imagine the power that you could have. We actually use an outside company to do this, but imagine the power that you could use right now in instantly tagging people through texts, which is instant, through emails we've talked about, taking pictures of business cards, driving people to a landing page. These are all set up to help you grow the database, people that are following you, people looking to build that relationship with you and you're with them. And then so you're going to be able to do some amazing things. So that's sort of the attract in a nutshell. Let me give you a quick little analogy here. I travel a lot. As I started traveling, I discovered there's a lot of fancy shampoo at a lot of hotels. And I thought my wife is going to love some of this stuff. I'm going to bring home some of this fancy shampoo, verbena and lavender. I don't even know what that smells like, but it must be fancy, nice stuff, brand names I've never even heard of before. And so I'm bringing home the shampoo to her, and I bring home bags every time I go on vacation, not vacation, on a work trip. I come home, and we even had to set up some cubbies in the basement. And there's a box that just has the shampoo. I bring home like 100 bottles of shampoo. I bring home another 100 bottles of shampoo. Bring home another 100 bottles of shampoo. I'm thinking my wife is going to love me. I'm going to be her favorite person in the world. And she finally came and she said, "Would you quit bringing home the shampoo?" I'm like, why don't you like the shampoo? This is nice stuff. She's like, "I'm not using the shampoo." Like, "Why aren't you using the shampoo? This is valuable shampoo." She, I've got color treated hair. I need a different kind of shampoo. Your daughter has really long hair. It takes her like a whole bottle. Your son, he likes his Old Spice, Wolf Thorn, whatever that smells like. We're not using your shampoo. Like, this is valuable shampoo. And she said, it's not valuable to us because we're not able to use it. So the same applies to anybody building a database for whatever business that might be. This is a universal principle. If you're getting people in, you need to know information about them. Otherwise, you're getting 100 worthless bottles of shampoo. If someone's in your database, you need to know, what are they interested in? Are they partnering? Are they investing? Are they buying properties here? Are they buying properties there? The asset manager, work at a bank, a private person, whatever it is, you need to know information. If they are just names and emails, they are worthless to you. You could be emailing, some spam list out of India or whatever that someone buys for you. Instead, make sure that the information you have is valuable, that every one of those bottles of shampoo is something that you can use and has tags and history associated with it. So when people say, well, when am I ready to start with Infusionsoft? I say, you're ready to start when you're ready to start. If you are serious about note investing, if you are serious about making some money, if you are serious about getting organized and doing something with this, you need a tool that is going to help you do that. Regardless of the process you're going through, regardless of how you're doing it, you need to have a tool that will give you information about people in your database. That sort of encapsulates the whole attract phase, drawing people to a database, getting people in, getting information. So before I move on, Scott, do you have any other thoughts you have on that whole phase of attract and building the list and nurturing those people? Anything pop into your mind?
Yeah, I would totally say a lot of people go out and they spend money going to real estate clubs. They spend money flying to events. They spend their weekend on events like this, talking and connecting with people, but they don't do anything. They don't take any action. And so I think we've all had a box of business cards under our bed, but if you don't do something with it, you just wasted all that money for travel, hotel, air, money costs by not taking any opportunity to at least follow up with something. And now you bitch about, I can't raise capital. I can't find yields because you are too lazy to do anything. Sorry.
Yeah.
Touchy subject.
I know. I started smiling. I didn't mean to smile, but I mean, that's such a classic thing is people complain about it, but aren't willing to actually do what they need to do to make it happen. Okay. Let me move on. That was the idea of attract. Now we're going to move on to sell. This is the idea of getting people to invest, give you some money, say, okay, let's strike up a deal. This is much easier if you have spent your time in that first part of the attract phase of building that relationship. If you haven't built the relationship, there's no way someone's going to say, hey, yeah, here's a bunch of money, here's some capital, why don't you go do stuff. They don't know you, they don't trust you. So that is critical for laying the foundation. And now we're going to talk about the sell phase. We talked about a friend of mine. The guy's name is Greg Jenkins. Greg was he had a regular traditional job, worked 9 to 5 and then some, and finally got sick and tired. So I'm selling my business. So he sold the business. He moved to Arizona. And he started working for Infusionsoft as one of our trainers. He was one of our best trainers. He was like phenomenal. He was great. And after a couple of years of that, he said, I'm going to start my own company. I'm going to leave Infusionsoft. I'm going to start a company where I'm going to create video modules and courses for people to learn how to use Infusionsoft. And I'm gonna create these and I'm gonna make them available for people. And so he said, that's fantastic, Greg. So he started a company called Monkey Pod Marketing. And I'm gonna show you a photo of the complete Monkey Pod organization, the facility, the staff, everything involved. Here is a photo of Monkey Pod Marketing. It is just Greg at his backyard table in San Diego. That's it. He all by himself, but he has mastered the art of automation, and he can do amazing things just by himself and sort of a hands-on. One of the things he's created, I talked about different courses. One of them is called the Infusionsoft Starter Kit, and it is like 40 some odd short little video modules teaching people different things about how to get going and started with Infusionsoft. Now, I'm going to show you what he uses this for, but you're going to think about this in a whole different way of how you can do this. He wants to make sure everybody's watching every single one of his video modules. And they're short, like 1.25 minutes or something like that. If somebody watches a second of it, you can see the little arrow at the top, he knows that. If they've watched 36 seconds of it, he knows that. If they've watched the 1:12 of it, he knows that. So he has some video tracking capability on here that allows him to know. So for example, maybe you create a video showing some properties that you want someone to invest in. You're trying to raise some capital. And so you've got this video, maybe it's a 2-minute video of showing some properties and stuff. If you send that out, and if somebody only watches 3 seconds of that, maybe it's a 2-minute video and they watch 3 seconds, your message to that person is going to be different than if you know they watched the full 2 minutes. If they watch the full 2 minutes, that's what you want. But if they only watch 3 seconds, then your follow-up message is basically, you didn't watch the video. I sent this to you, and how can you act like you're interested in doing this if you're not even watching the video I sent of the properties that you should be looking at? And it could be a great investment. If they watch the full 2 minutes, whatever entirety, then your conversation, then your message is different. It's like, hey, you saw it. Let's talk. Let's invest. Let's figure out a way to make some money off of this. This is what Infusionsoft allows you to do. You can tell what people are doing. And he uses this for tracking video. You can track if they're opening emails, if they're clicking on links, whatever it is that you're doing. If they're coming to a website, if they're going to a landing page, if they're seeing different photos, you can drop a pixel on them, all that, so that you're able to track what their engagement is, so you can know how the follow-up should change. You're not going to send everybody the same email after that. You're not going to say, hey, did you like all those properties I showed you? And they only watched 2 seconds of it. Instead, you got to know what their action is. For example, this is sort of a snippet of what his campaign is like to drive everyone to 100%. And if they don't watch it, here's the video, the email that he sends out, basically saying, I know you're busy. I know you got stuff going on, but you missed some good stuff. You missed that property in Toledo that is the biggest opportunity in the world. So make sure you click back, basically hit this button and jump back in, and then we can see what the opportunity is. You can finish watching that video. In his first year alone, Greg cleared 100,000, cleared 6 figures, because he's able to know what people are doing. And remember, it's all automated. It's just him by himself in the backyard, not worrying about anything. In fact, I talked with him like last August or whatever. I say, how are you doing? He said, yeah, I just had my best month ever in July. Sent out 6,000 emails. Maybe it wasn't his best month, but this is what he did in July. Sent out 6,000 emails, got new leads, new blog subscribers, new customers, new members on his membership site. Most amazing of all is during one of the weeks, this is what he was doing. During another week, this is what he was doing. And during another week, this is what he was doing. He was out hiking the Canadian Rockies for 21 straight days. He wasn't doing anything on his business. He wasn't manually sending out any of those emails. He wasn't doing any work. He came back and found more money in his account, his business stronger, more people wanting to do business with him, more people wanting to invest with him, more people wanting to look at those properties in Toledo. I mean, he's not doing properties in Toledo, but you get the idea. He can leave for 21 straight days and have his business stronger than when he left because he understands automation. Going to give you another quick little example here. This is another company called Kickstagram, and they use Instagram to help you grow your database. They have some different monthly marketing plans that people can sign up for. And so they're just trying to get people onboarded with that. When they first started, it was just these like 6, 7 guys. They didn't really know what they were doing. They didn't have a customer relationship management tool. They didn't have any lead tracking. They didn't have any automation. And obviously they were struggling. They weren't doing super well. And so they came and they said, can you help us? And we said, yeah, you have a great idea, great principle here. We love it. So let's see what we can do. So I'm going to show you, an email that they use, which is really cool. They went through their database and they found that nobody was named Sterling in their database. So they created the Sterling Stealth discount campaign. So this is for people who are on the fence. So maybe you're like that. Maybe there's somebody who you've talked to and they're thinking about it and they've got some money and they're thinking about investing, but they haven't figured out what they're going to do yet. And you got to get them off the fence. So this is a slightly different version of what you're going to have to be creative with what they're doing. I'm going to give you the idea, and then you can figure out how you could use it as well. They send an email out to everybody on their list, to everybody, basically saying, hey, Sterling. Remember, nobody's named Sterling. It was great catching up with you today. We played phone tag. Here's a discount code for you that you can use in the next 24 hours, Sterling, since we had that conversation today. Now, this email is going out to everybody. Nobody's named Sterling. Everybody's getting the same email. But now people are thinking, wait, what's this? Then a second email goes out 5 minutes later that says, I'm sorry, sent that email to the wrong thing, wrong person. This is to you, Bob, whatever the person's real name is. But here's the deal. You can still use that promo code if you'd like to. So this is still a way for you to take advantage of that. That second email alone has a 52% open rate. So if you're sending emails out to people, this is just an idea. This is the seed for you to think, how could I get people to motivate to open an email or jump online or to do something? Maybe, hey, dear wrong person name, I know we're thinking about doing something, and all of a sudden you send that to the other person like, oh, sorry, I meant to send that. Now it's that scarcity factor. They're thinking, oh, someone's thinking about investing in those properties. I gotta jump off the fence here, or it's going to be too late. I'm going to miss out on this opportunity. So I'm not telling you to be deceitful. Okay, no, I'm not telling you to be deceitful. But the idea is automate any kind of conversation that you need to help move your business forward and do more successful things. Okay, this is what an Infusionsoft database looks like. There are the names there in the far left, email addresses. Far right are some tags, different tags you can apply onto people depending on information they're interested in. Poughkeepsie or Nebraska or whatever, interested in multi-property, they're single half family, whatever it might be, they're an asset manager, they're an investor, whatever it could be, those tags are on there. Now the important thing are these flames that light up. So as somebody comes in to your database, you can now track things so you know what they're doing and how interested they are. So if they come to your website, right now, without any tracking, they come to your website, they look around, you've got some properties listed on there, you've got some different things, and they're looking around and they leave and you have no tracking, you have no evidence of that. So instead, you track that. They come to the website, makes a flame light up. Maybe they watched a video that you've created on the best values that are out there right now, makes a flame light up. They read some information about some past deals that you've done and phenomenal money you've made, makes a flame light up. Read some information about your history and your background and makes a flame light up. So now these different flames are lighting up, indicating they're doing some research. They're finding out. They're interested in this or that. Maybe they look at these properties here. It makes a flame light up for this. So you send an email automatically. This is the whole magic of this. This is the Jetson factor here. They look at these properties. automatically email goes out saying, hey, I see you're interested in the properties in Poughkeepsie. Let's talk. Hey, I see you're interested in the properties in Tucson. Let's talk. So now emails are automatically going out to people depending on their behavior that you're able to track because you have those flames lighting up and know who wants to engage with you in the best way. We even ask our top marketers every year, what were your struggles? Your challenges, what did you do? What words did you use? How did you help people move forward? How did you close more deals? What were the campaigns like? What did your funnels look like? So we publish them every year, like our top 10 in a book. We sell this thing for like $400, but it's great inspiration for people who are saying, I'm not really sure how to build a campaign. I'm not really sure what to do. So you go through and you find something. I don't think any of them are node investors, but the whole principles are the same. How to move forward people along the funnel, how to have better lead magnets, how to get people motivated, how to get them to make commitments, and do that through automation. And so you find some of that, and then you move them forward along those lines, and it's right there. It's sort of as a swipe campaign for you to do. So that was the sell idea. Scott, I yacked way too long. Do you have any thoughts there on the whole conversion process of getting people to join in things that you do? Any examples you wanted to pop into your mind?
It's a matter of just following up. I think that's 80% of sales are made after the fifth contact. And that's the thing that never goes away. You always got to follow up and touch base and share what's going on. And if you think you're going to raise $1 million with a hello, it's not going to happen. We have raised millions of dollars from just the fact that we've reached out on a regular basis. We get asset managers that send us tapes and assets 6 months to a year or 2 years. They've been on my email list. And they're like, I finally had something I could send you. And you were the person that came to mind because the fact is I get your emails all the time. All right. It's just the fact that we keep following up with them.
Yeah. And that's it comes back to that thing about sending out the emails where 50% of the people haven't sent an email. This is why you send the emails out. I'm getting anxious here. I'm not shaking my fist. I'm just getting passionate. But this is why you send the emails on a consistent basis. Even if you have nothing, even if it's nothing, just outreach and just saying, I'm still here. Because as you mentioned, Scott, most sales after the fifth contact or whatever, we never make it there because we stop after the first or the second or the third. That's why only a fraction of people are successful at doing this because they understand you got to do it. Now, we feel awkward about doing that, and that's why we stop. That's why you automate. That's why you don't have to even think about it. You just create this campaign that just touches, stays on top of people's minds, like Scott's doing. I promise you, Scott is not standing up every night typing a new email and sending it out to 100,000 people and 200,000 people. That's done through automation so that he's top of mind with people so that people call him. Okay.
I said it and forget it.
Yeah, see? And then you don't feel awkward.
No.
And so many times people will say something like, oh, thanks for letting me know about XYZ or whatever. Like, I didn't do anything. And then I realized, oh, it was the automation. I didn't do that. That was, it all happens. Okay, let me get to the last part. This is the idea of wowing people. This is the idea of taking care of people. This is what happens after the sale. And so often in real estate and note investing and distressed properties and all this stuff, there are lots of other ways that you can reach out with your fingers and be involved in other things. Subcontractors and moving companies and cleaning companies and all these other people that you could actually tap into and get some of the piece of the pie out of that too. Let me talk just a couple ideas about how you can automate wow. For example, you could automate a $5 gift card. Some asset manager on your list, maybe they send you something like, oh, thanks, here's a $5 gift card. And you don't have to manually go online and order some gift card or whatever. That can just automatically happen in the campaign. If this happens, it triggers a task, they do something, then boom, let's send them out a little gift card or a flower basket or something. It could even be like a personalized note. We integrate with companies like Zen Direct or send out cards. So it looks like it's a handwritten card. Hey, thanks so much for thinking about us. I hope we can do amazing work together. This could even be something that happens right when they come into your campaign. Something to wow them, something to make them say, wow, nobody else does that. So the next time I get some properties, I want to let somebody know, I'm going to let Bob or Nancy or Dave or whoever know, because they took the time to send me a personal note. Now, this isn't you personally handwriting a note. This is you writing some text, typing some text, and that card then gets sent to Send Out Cards or some other fulfillment company, and it automatically just goes out, looks like it's handwritten. So that's part of the automation that can happen. There's a company called College Success Formula. They coach people on being successful in college, and it's just this husband and wife team, and they were getting a little overwhelmed and they couldn't keep up with it, and so they came and they said, yeah, can you any help for us here, because we're growing and we just a little overwhelmed by it all. So the idea we came up with was, let's do an online membership type site. And so when someone signs up, they sign up for a free, $1 trial for 3 months. So they pay $1 and they get then access for 3 months. When that first happens, they get a physical postcard in the mail. Once again, I understand none of you are college success coaches, but think of how you could use this in all the stuff that you do. Postcard physically goes out saying, hey, thanks, looking forward to doing amazing things with you. That lasts for 3 months. When the 3 months are over, it automatically transitions to a full paid membership, and they're billed for that. But they don't mind, because when that happens, instead of a physical postcard getting mailed out, a box of brownies gets mailed out. They literally get a box of brownies in the mail. Now they're thinking, oh, wow, these guys are the greatest in the world. They're not thinking, oh, how come we're spending $50 or $100 or whatever on this? No, now they're just thinking, we're getting brownies in the mail. This is a way for you to wow people without you ever doing it. I promise you, the husband and wife are not sitting around making brownies all night long and packaging them up. That is done through a fulfillment company. They've just created a campaign. So all of this happens automatically. Just like Greg traveling to Canada for 21 straight days. The same thing is happening with these guys. It's still just the husband and wife team. They've doubled their sales twice in the last 3 years. They've gone from that full service business to now completely online membership. Just had their best month ever in September. When I talked to them like in October, they said last month was our best ever. And they have more free time than ever because it's automated. They're channeling their inner George Jetson, and they're not doing the work. And they've just set it all up. Now more people are coming into their database. More people are signing up. It's all just happening in the background. People are having access to the resources, and they're just making more money. I'm going to tell you one more quick little example. Oh, never mind. I guess I'm not going to. Well, I'll tell you quickly. There's a company called So Tell Us. So Tell Us allows you to automate video referrals. So somebody does a deal with you. Because you know, if you send me an email saying, hey, yeah, invest with me, give me your money, I'm a little skeptical. I don't know if I'm jumping on board. So with So Tell Us, these are lots of outside little companies. They send an email that says, or a text that just says, hey, did you like working with Darin? Was he legit? Was he totally on board? Did he do everything he said he was doing? If you like us, so tell us. And there's a little button. You just push the video and it's like, oh, Scott was the most reputable guy ever. He was so great. Everything that he said would happen did. And we had a wonderful experience and have a ton more money now, all because of Scott. Boom. That video referral now can go to your website. So now there's like a website, there's a video on your website with a 5-star review and people saying how wonderful things about you. Because you know if someone's thinking about partnering with you and doing something, investing with you, they want to know what other people have thought, whatever everyone else has experienced. So this is a way for you now to get those videos on your website. The videos can actually go to social media. They can become searchable online. But whatever it needs, now you've got people saying wonderful things about you. So that's the idea behind using your business and your database and people that are already doing, you've done the attract and you sell them and now wow them. Use that to blow up your business and do phenomenal things after the sale. So Scott, just out of tradition, I turn to you. Do you have any thoughts you wanted to jump in on with the after the transaction action?
Honestly, people love little things. It doesn't have to be that expensive. We started a membership site March 1st, and people were getting more wowed about the stickers that came out to them. a little thing is a T-shirt or book. There's little things that help wow your best clients. It's actually proven across the board, it's actually cheaper to maintain an existing client than it is to go out and find new clients. So, same thing. It's cheaper to keep working with your existing investors versus going out and find new ones, or vice versa with your existing sources for notes instead of having to go out and remarket and target new ones.
Yeah, that's such the classic. And For some reason, we don't ever think that. We think, oh, I'll just go get some more. I'll just go, dig up some stuff. But you have these people who love you and they've experienced you.
Yeah.
Well, do whatever you can to keep in, so they keep loving you, and use them to tell everybody else how phenomenal you are.
That's the biggest thing. Your cheerleaders are your biggest advocates. I mean, we've all got cheerleaders. It's just a matter of communicating with them on a regular basis. And sometimes going out and trying to get a bigger database to get more of that is not more. It's actually less.
Yeah. So that's the idea behind what we call lifecycle marketing. Getting more people to your database, that's the attract phase, and using real tools, professional tools, taking pictures of business cards and better landing pages and webinars with strategy on the back end, all that kind of stuff that we talked about. Get people to your database, then take care of them, nurture them along. Might take a short while, a long while, whatever, but keep nurturing them along and make them offers at the right time. And then at the end, wow them, make them love you. Use them to grow your database. Do cross sells, upsells, referrals, testimonials, whatever you do. That's the purpose of Infusionsoft, is the attract, the sell, the wow, and to do amazing things. I'll mention that this is not the idea of a successful business. And so many times we fall into this. These are a bunch of mismatched tools that don't fit together. This is, trying to fit this over and make this connect with this. And you can't build a birdhouse with a bunch of mismatched tools, let alone you can't build a significant business and an income with mismatched tools. We fall into this like, oh, I'm going to get MailChimp because it's free. And I'm going to get this other program because it's low cost. And before you know it, you've got a half a dozen different programs you're trying to fit together and make work together. And that's not it. You get what you pay for. And oftentimes you get enough low cost programs, you're paying more than you would if you had one program that could do it all. Infusionsoft is one program that does it all. So it's like having a Swiss Army knife with like 32 blades in it, because it's got all the tools that you need in one place, and it's in the hands of a robot because it's automated and it's sitting on a pile of cash. That's the business model right there. Automation, integration, just make money with it. I know it sounds simplistic, but there is a better way than what so many other people struggle with in multi-system chaos, as we talk about. There are lots of people who use Infusionsoft. Damon John from Shark Tank, one of the first questions he asks people when he partners with them is he says, do you have Infusionsoft, or are you going to get it? Because that's how I know you're serious about growing your business. Dave Ramsey, one of our favorite partners there, and he has lots of other different branches of the Dave Ramsey, and they have people that coach on growing businesses, and they're, of course, recommend Infusionsoft to everyone. Tony Robbins, Jack Canfield. I mean, these are huge names who all use Infusionsoft. There are even people that I don't want to say not huge names. They're big names on a different level. People that you haven't seen on the webinar. And Scott, I don't even know who else was on the webinar, but I do know that wasn't Aaron doing something wasn't he part of Note Camp here this time?
He spoke first day, definitely.
Okay, good. Yeah, so Aaron coaches people all the time on this and tells everybody, all the businesses he helps start up, to use Infusionsoft. And of course, look, there he is right there.
Yeah, we use Infusionsoft. It is a huge, huge tool in what we do. Totally.
And seems like every time you call me, it's like, okay, I need a bigger database or something like that. I mean, you guys are like crushing it, doing amazing things with it, right?
Doing a great job with it. We have our big focus, because it adds a lot. There's a lot of moving parts to it, but every time we implement something new, it adds another decimal, not another decimal point, but another space to our income with different things. Of whether it's classes or automation or driving capital, it's a phenomenal tool. And the only biggest mistake I did was not go do it a lot sooner on.
And that is honestly one of the things I hear the most from people. And that's why I tell the story about the shampoo bottle things, is people say, oh, I'm going to wait till I'm bigger. I'm going to wait till I have 500 names or 1,000 names that I need to stay on top of. But don't, because the sooner you get it, the sooner you can start using it, the sooner you can start being more successful with it. I'll just mention to people that Infusionsoft is the tool that more than like 120,000 people use on a daily basis to grow their business. Sometimes depending on who you are, sometimes people you've never heard of Infusionsoft. Like, I didn't even know this existed out there. It is the dominant player in this space. It is the Cadillac of all the tools. Damon John calls it the Rolls Royce of CRMs and tools that help you grow your business. I'm going to let you know a little bit about it. It is predictable, reliable access. That means it's cloud-based. If you have access to the internet, you have access to your Infusionsoft. We have some of the highest email deliverability rates out there. That's the whole reason you're sending these emails, is because you want them to get into somebody's inbox, and we've got phenomenal results with that. You will have questions about how to use Infusionsoft, and we have unlimited live phone and chat support. These people are phenomenal. They are there all the time. You can call anytime, and they are patient, understanding, and once again, they're based out of Phoenix, so it's not like you're talking to somebody with an accent overseas. And those people with accents overseas are phenomenal too, and I'm glad we have them, but we want to make sure that you understand, and so we have some phenomenal people to help you with that. And all the improvements. We improve it every single month. Like
great customer service. I had to say that back. Really easy to, great customer service. Awesome.
And I mean, I've talked to other people who like submit a ticket and wait 3 days for someone to get back. But this is like, they're helping you out right away, right? Is your experience? Yeah. We improve it every month. A/B testing with emails and the landing pages and better WordPress integration. In fact, here's Scott, you don't even know this. There is a brand, I can't remember if I told you right before the webinar, there is a brand new version of Infusionsoft. It is more user-friendly than ever before. There's a better user interface. It has been designed, and it is so much better. It has just barely come out, literally like 3 days ago. I haven't even seen it yet. I don't have access to it. Scott doesn't have access to it. Nobody who's a current Infusionsoft user has access to it yet. The only people who are going to be able to have access to the new version are people who are signing up after April 2nd. So, wow. Yeah, it's. I'm going to have somebody sign up, and I'm going to look over their shoulder just so I can see what it looks like. So, I'll let you know that we do weekly webinars. We have some resources from our Icon, our user conference, the state-of-the-art help center. That's what we're talking about. You don't have to wait that long to join in to be able to talk to somebody. There are also a bunch of campaigns that have been done for you. Now, I'm not sure exactly what has been done specifically in note investing, because Infusionsoft helps people in all different businesses and all different walks of life, and brick and mortar and click and order and all that. But there are dozens and dozens of pre-built campaigns. So if you want to track email engagement or do a Facebook event promotion or something like that, there's a campaign that's been built. You can just grab that and plug it in. The content is in there, words are there, they're ready to go. You can customize it. You can start from scratch and do something yourself, and that's great, and we'll walk you through that. But this is a great resource, probably the best kept secret about Infusionsoft. Okay, there we go. Let me tell you, there are 2 versions of Infusionsoft, and it all comes down, there's a 3rd version, but I'm not even going to get to that. It all comes down to how big your current database is. So our Essentials version of Infusionsoft just came out about 1.5 years ago. It is for people that need a database that could hold about 2,500 contacts. When you sign up, I can currently still give people, I don't know how much longer this is going to last, but I can bonus you an extra 5,000 spaces in that database. So you'll get a database that could hold 7,500. So that's going to be great for the majority of you, unless you're like Scott and you need like 750,000.
I don't know about that, but we got a lot.
You're getting close. I was going to say 75,000. Wait, no, they're well past 75,000.
Yeah, we're way past that. But that's the thing. That's 15 years of database, though.
Right, right. And you started in a smaller version, and you grew. Yep. So if somebody wants to have your database, start now and start growing. So this is the Essentials version. They can hold a database of 7,500. It gives you 3 users. Now, some of you are not in that space yet, and you're a little bit smaller. So for you, Infusionsoft created our starter version. This basically is going to be a database of about 1,000. It comes with 500. I'm going to double that for you. So I'll give you an extra 500. You have a database that can hold 1,000. 1 user that can hold 1,000. If you have fewer than 1,000 names in your database, or you have no database, this is the perfect account size for you. 1 user, up to 1,000 contacts. If you've outgrown the 1,000 already, then the Essentials is phenomenal for you. There are even some options if you don't want the full Essentials, you want the starter, you only need 1 user, but you need some more contacts. We can do that. We can customize that and make something a la carte work for you. Okay, in the past days when Scott signed up and everybody else signed up, it was just $300 a month for everybody. And there was a one-time sign-up fee that covered some coaching and training to get you going. And that was $1,500. So you see the different lines on the order form. The top line is the monthly fee. The next line is a one-time coaching training fee. And then the next line is some extra bonus items, extra added resources for you. This is the most exciting part about the entire presentation because of what we've been able to do working over the last year or two. So no one pays $299 when they get signed up anymore. So now we talked about the essentials and the starter. If you're at the starter version, it is literally $99 a month. $99 a month. That is less than I pay for like any monthly bill I have. That's less than my utilities bill, less than my phone bill, less than my car bill, less than my insurance bill, less than anything. And I am, for that, getting the most powerful tool that will give me the most potential to grow my business. So $99, if you need the essential, that's $199 a month. $99 a month, and it gets better than that. If you do need to add e-commerce, I don't think anybody really needs e-commerce. It's an extra $59. You can add that on, but don't worry about that. You don't need to. Here comes the really good news. I'm giving you 3 months at 50% off. So as if 99 weren't low enough, now you're getting 3 months for 49 stinking bucks a month.
Wow.
I know. See?
Wow.
$49 a month for Infusionsoft is all it's going to cost. Okay, and it's going to get better for you. So
that's literally like driving a Ferrari with the rental car of a cost of a Pinto.
Honestly, and this isn't me doing like some kind of oversell. This is
seriously great stuff.
Yeah, but I'm getting even better for you, Scott, because I know I want to do something special. So that is special item number 1. The next item is that coaching and training. On that previous order form that you saw, that was like $1,500, and there were people who paid a lot more than $1,500. Scott, how long did you sign up with Infusionsoft? Do you remember how much you paid for the initial coaching and training?
It was 15. It was well because they threw in a couple tickets to Icon too.
Okay.
So it was. I think it was $2,000, honestly.
Yeah, because it was. We were excited when we could lower it to $1,500, and a lot of people paid $2,000. Some people even paid $5,000 before that.
Yeah.
And the coaching and training that we've got now is better than before. So we've hired an outside company. It's a company called Success Engine. They're our #1 onboarding partner. They're going to get on the phone with each individual person, one-on-one. This is one-on-one coaching. And they're going to spend an hour mapping out your business. Who are we targeting? How are we raising money? Who are we, what's the whole thing? How are we mapping this out? They're going to spend 3 more hours with you. So you're going to get 4 total personalized hours, 3 more sessions building things, constructing campaigns, setting things up. By the time you're done with these 4 personalized hours, you will have stuff running in your Infusionsoft. It's not a case of, oh, I don't know what I bought. I can't use it. It'll be running. Stuff will be happening. They're going to give you, part of what they do is they build campaigns for people. They built a lead capture campaign. They're going to give you driving people to a webinar campaign, drive people to a phone consultation. A deliver and wow warms up the people that are in your database. They're going to try to make sure that the deliver and wow and the lead capture are functioning in your account by the time you're done. We're going to do some group webinar trainings. There's a customer referral campaign, 1 more campaign for you, and then a 60-day game plan. The total value on all that is about $7,000, and they said we could offer it for $3,000, which is just a little bit more than Scott paid when he signed up. And we said, thank you for that. This is better value, better content, only a little bit more money, but we're not charging anybody $7,000, and we're not charging anybody $3,000. We're not charging that initial order form of $1,500. We're not charging any of that. Instead, we're able to take this price, and Scott, this is even lower than I was able to do at C.A.M.P 4.0. So it drops all the way down to a one-time payment of $200.
That's really good.
See?
That's really good.
Yeah. I mean, seriously. 4 personalized, anybody who's ever in the personalized business coaching world knows you don't buy 4 personalized coaching hours for $299, let alone all the other content that they're giving to you. So it's a one-time payment of $299. I can easily split that up to you. I hope everybody's okay with math. I'm gonna walk something through. For example, I'm giving you 3 months at 50% off. So if you wanted to split this $299 up into 3 payments, you'd pay $100 each of the first 3 months, along with $50 because you're only paying, or $49 for your Infusionsoft. You'd have 3 months of $149, and then the 4th month it would just drop to $99 a month, which is unheard of. I'm going to throw in some extra bonus. I'm going to send you digital versions of the Ultimate Marketer Playbook that I talked about, some videos of some big digital marketers are going to walk you through some stuff, the video archives of Icon. I'm going to get you resources to all of that we normally on that order form was like $1,000. And one extra bonus, one extra one, as if we can't get any more, the starter kit, the 40 some odd short little videos that Greg Jenkins put together. I'm literally going to buy everybody the starter kit. And you're going to have access to that for 6 months. We have found that the single greatest way for people to be successful is to go through these 40 short little videos, get acquainted, learn how to log in, learn how to import a name, all that stuff. And then if you start your personalized coaching right after that, this is all fresh in your mind. You're going to get more out of the personal coaching. So the personal coaching doesn't say, hey, let's how you log in, let's how you import a name. You're going to get all that done through the video starter kit, and then you're going to get significantly more out of your coaching. So
yeah, that is totally true. I will tell you this because I donated to Infusionsoft for about a year. I was a donator. I just donated money and wasn't using it because I did not use the coach. I did not use the stuff that I should have. And then I watched the videos from Monkey Pod after the last time he did. And I was like, oh my gosh, this would have saved me a year of donating on a regular basis.
Yeah. So. This is an unbelievable resource. So we're buying you the Monkey Pod starter course. You'll have access for 6 months. I'm giving you all those other resources free, the digital stuff I've talked about. The Kickstart one-time payment has been reduced to $299. Your monthly payment is $99, and I'm giving you, I should just move to the next page here. The monthly moves to, I'm giving you 50% off on that. So there's $99 a month and 50% off for 3 months. The next line is down to $299, which I can split into payments for you. The next line is all completely free as a bonus. I'm buying the Monkey Pod on top of that. Normally, this would expire by the 9th, but I was talking to Scott right before we did this, and he said, can you push it to Friday? So I've gotten a hold of my manager. He's agreed to extend this to Friday. If you're watching this replay after Friday, I will do the best I can. I can't absolutely promise that I'll be able to do everything I talked about because this, as you know, is not something that we've offered before and isn't something that we dangle out there all the time. We've been able to put this together for Note Camp, and it's a rare thing. So feel free to call or email me up until Friday, and I promise you I can honor everything we talked about. If it's after Friday, reach out to me anyway, and we'll do the best we can, and maybe and I'll cross my fingers that we can still do all the things we do. But the sooner you get in touch with me, the sooner we can make sure all this happens. Because this is, you can tell by Scott's sound effects, this is the deal of a lifetime, right?
Yeah, this is, I mean, if you, okay, you didn't do yourself justice by saying there's not anybody in note investing. I know quite a few people besides me that are using this. You have my buddy Sal Buscemi is using this with his note investment company. I know Troy Fullwood uses Infusionsoft. I know there's actually quite a few people in New York and in California that are using this to help them with their communication, their downlines, vertical mortgage. I know some banks that are using it as well to communicate with their borrowers and things like that. It's a phenomenal service, and it's literally like driving a Ferrari but paying for a Pinto. I mean, you get all the upgrades to it. It's like literally, seriously, great stuff with it. This is this is the best thing that you guys have ever offered, and I'm excited because you're bringing a lot of value, a lot of offering to the people that are watching this. And I know that people are trying to nickel and dime. People are often doing marketing on a shoestring budget sometimes. You made this affordable so they can look professional. They can have all those bells and whistles, the landing pages, the things like that Infusionsoft offers. And Clark asked a good question, and I want to cover this because this is very important. Clark asked a question, personalization results from asking the right questions. How does Infusionsoft ask the right questions? I will tell you right here, Infusionsoft's not going to ask the questions, Clark. It's going to be about what you do and about what you do. Infusionsoft allows for you to create so many customizable fields, and not only besides first name, last name, address, but their phone, their cell, their job, their title, their birth date. I have top 5 markets of people in there, their states, their birthday, where did I meet them at? And they use a variety of tags that I can tag everybody in there. So if I want to send an email to everybody that showed up to Note Camp, I can. Or I can show to everybody that showed up the first day, I can. I can tag everybody in there because I'm either A, creating the fields, or if I'm saying like a survey, or I'm doing a webinar, I can tag everybody that went to that webinar, or everybody who watched the replay. And that's the beautiful thing. I mean, I can send an email out to my asset managers, 5,000 plus, and they didn't open it. I can tag those that didn't open it and send a follow-up email to those guys 2 days later. Say, hey, saw you didn't open our first round. Just wanted to follow back up if you were the right person. Okay. It's such a effective tool. It is, you get the keys to the kingdom here, about to grow your business how you want to, because you have so many capabilities with this versus just, we're just going to send an email out. Look, you can do so much more here with Infusionsoft. It's the tool that really is going to define success. I mean, either you're going to use it or not. But I guarantee if you're not going to use it, you're probably not doing anything anyway, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And even the whole personalization, because there are people who often say, oh, I don't want to use automation because I want to be personal. I want to do one-on-one. Well, you can, but guess what? You're never going to grow the business. You're never going to scale the business. You're never going to have like Scott has with hundreds of thousands of people in a database. It's going to be you one-on-one, nickel and dime trying to make things work. So instead, use Infusionsoft as the tool and use it to personalize. Like if people did that text thing when I told them to text into 480-428-4150 and text the word note, when you do that, I'm going to send you a photo of me holding a sign with your name on it. That's how you can personalize. That's some of the amazing stuff that you can do so that it seems like you're really communicating it. You will never be able to grow your business the way you have the potential to doing one-on-one. So use the automation and then use the automation to make it seem like it's personal, like it's customized. And you do that. You can put, as Scott was talking about, there's like 100 different fields that you can put as personal fields, different customizable fields to know all that information so that you're really able to do whatever it is, communicate in any way that you want to, so that it really does seem personalized for people. And
yes, it totally is. And yes, Clark, you does have text messaging capability, so there can be auto responses through the cell phone like Darin just did. You must have joined us later on. Wayne asked the question here: how does this tie into Facebook, Google videos, etc.? Okay, so here's one of the things that you can do. Okay, does Infusionsoft connect with ClickFunnels? I believe it does, doesn't it?
Yes.
Totally
Perfect
does.
Integration with that. And I'll let you know. ClickFunnels lets you do some lead pages, like landing pages, and some of the funnels and some other things. And so some people like using ClickFunnels to do some of those. They're used to that and they like that. And then they hook that onto Infusionsoft, which does much more, has better top of funnel things to
They basically bolt it together.
Yes. So if people want to use ClickFunnels, bolt it onto your Infusionsoft, let Infusionsoft run the whole front end and the back end, and let the ClickFunnels part do the part in the middle that it does.
So one of the things Wayne asked a good question here is, how does it tie into Facebook, Google videos? So I'll create a Facebook ad with the link that they click on takes them to my landing page. It takes my opt-in page. Once they opt in there, it's tagged in my system. Hey, now they're in my database. Now I can market to them on a regular basis. I can see I'm tagged. Oh, they clicked on this one landing page, or they clicked on my IRA video, or they clicked on Google. So you can tag and change your pages up pretty easy to do. The landing pages aren't easy to do. Literally, the emails are easy to write because you basically just drop and drag in stuff into your email. So programming is required. If I use ClickFunnels to integrate, you'll have to spend a little bit of time with it, like anything else, but it's easy drop and drag. Yeah. Not difficult at all for some stuff.
And I'll mention Facebook integration. We, less than a year ago at Infusionsoft, because we know a lot of people use Facebook ads to drive people to landing pages or whatever in their campaign, we created a special team at Infusionsoft specifically designed to help you integrate Facebook ads into your Infusionsoft campaigns. And so if you had like a budget, like maybe say you're going to spend $300 a month on Facebook ads, you can come to Infusionsoft and you say, I've got this $300 budget, and we will help you manage that budget. Our team will even help you craft those ads and help you place the ads so that, the team takes part of that for their own services, but you will get better targeting and better results from using a professional team to help you really customize that than you would if you were just trying to do it on your own. So,
I did not know you guys did that.
Yeah, so just let people know.
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Facebook ads and Infusionsoft will work great together.
I'm using that. I did not know you guys did that. That's awesome. That's new. That's awesome. Yeah.
And there are
questions. Like I said, drop Darin an email, darin.adams@infusionsoft.com, or shoot him a text message, 385-439-9596. He will call you on Monday because he ain't going to work on Sunday. You have permission not to call tomorrow. You better not call on Sunday, Darin. Is that all right?
Yeah, I actually because I'm actually speaking at an event tomorrow. I normally try not to do much on Sunday and try to take the weekend. Well, I don't ever take any weekends off. I'll be busy tomorrow with another event, but people can email or text me.
Okay.
Even tomorrow, I might not get back to you till Monday, but I will get back to you.
Awesome. Great stuff, man. That's a really, I mean, I'm there's no blow. I'm not blowing smoke, guys. You know, I'm not a smoke blower. That's a really phenomenal deal. That's the deal of the weekend right there. That blows anything else. If you don't sign up for anything, that would be what you should sign up for immediately and take advantage of to really become a Jetsons note investor. That's the Jetsons deal right there.
That is. I should say, because we did Note Camp 4.0, and what we were and the offer we were able to put Note Camp 4.0 was phenomenal. It was better than we'd ever been able to put together. This, as you know, is better. So can we block anybody who signed up at 4.0 from seeing this? Okay, just make sure they don't.
There's a few people that are on here.
Never mind. I didn't say that then.
Okay.
Well, they've had 6 months to be able to use it, so I'm glad
they understand the valuable in it. So.
Okay, good. Then forget I even mentioned that. We'll just forge ahead.
Sounds good. All right, guys. Well, hey, that is going to wrap it up for this session. Right on time. Good stuff, Darin. As always, thanks, bud.
Anytime. Always happy to party with you.
Are we going to see you in a couple of weeks in San Diego at Aaron's event?
Yes. I'm gonna be there on one day. I'm flying all around the country. It's gonna be a crazy weekend, but I will be there on the last day.
Well, good, man. We'll see you there then. All right.
We'll see you.
Thanks, Darin. All right, guys and gals, don't be going home yet, or don't be unplugging from everything. We got one more session. You got my fireside chat you want to see as we spend time, or I'm going to talk about what's in store for all of us here over the next 12, 24, 36 months. So take advantage, take an image, send Darin an email, send him a text message so you can take advantage of this. But come on back right at 5 o'clock Central. We'll see you guys all here for my fireside chat, everybody. Great. Good stuff, Darin. That's awesome, dude.